welcome to PedalGuys. Today we are talking about Van Halen 1 tones.
Nice.
Eddie Van Halen, such a huge influence to the both of us.
Yes.
We'll get into his legacy in our Talk About series this week. But today we were looking at Down and Dirty, the bedrock of what makes up Eddie's tones from the first record.
Yeah.
So today I'm playing my Telly that I have a Bigsby equipped to. And you know, Eddie had just a Strat. You know, he modified, he put in a humbucker, but he just had the regular Strat bridge. So even though a lot of people associate him with the Floyd Rose, on that first record, he just had a Strat. So actually, you'll find I'm going to do some dive bombs with just the Bigsby. So really, all you need is a vibrato-equipped guitar for that noise. Now, coming down to the pedal board, the essential pedals for this tone right now, we got the MXR 10-band EQ, rolling off a little highs, adding a little high mid boost, a little bit of low end boost, a little bit of gain boost overall, just a tiny bit. Then we're coming into the Red Witch Moon phaser. This is a real chewy analog phaser. Obviously the classic Van Halen is the Phase 90, super affordable, easy to get, but I like this guy. Then we're coming into the Friedman BE-OD, which obviously Eddie's whole thing was the modded Marshall plexis. Friedman modded Marshall in a box right here. And you know, if you'll notice, the gain isn't up that high. And you'll hear, you know, you don't actually need that much gain to get the right Eddie tones. The volume is up quite a bit though, because he did have his amps cranking. We'll not at the moment, but we'll get into a little bit of echo when we do some more lead stuff. Mm-hmm. This is just on a really subtle tape echo effect. And then coming to the Immerse, which of course is on a big plate reverb, which is...
Give it that stadium rock effect,
right? That stadium rock effect. And you know, interesting fun fact is the guys didn't actually intend to have that plate reverb effect. I think it's Ted Templeton was the producer. He threw that on after the fact, and the band actually didn't like it, but it sort of gave it that signature sound, and totally. I think it sounds awesome.
It definitely does.
I love the plate reverb over that whole record. I think it gives it a vibe.
It definitely does.
A really cool vibe.
Gives it a wide space, right?
It
gives
does.
it a big space.
So, let's hear some sounds. So. So as you can hear, real chunky. Mm-hmm. There's not too much harshness over the top, not too much gain actually, but it gives this. It's really articulate. Mm-hmm. It's punchy, articulate tone. And the phaser, we tried it both ways. We realized we liked the phaser a lot better before the preamp pedal. There's something about the quality. I think what it does to the gain structure and it's not too pronounced and over the top. It's this subtle swoosh, really nice.
And we should mention too that like preamp pedals have a different effect, right? And we're using this into just like a high headroom quilter. So you can max out kind of the chunkiness and the real chewy amp preamp tones that you're going for with a pedal like that. And you notice we don't have the gain up crazy loud because it's not. It's the volume that you want. You want to push the amp, not necessarily break it up.
Exactly. Right? Okay.
So hit us with another one, Sam.
Eruption lead stuff. Super fun. So
sounds awesome. Yeah.
You know, you can really use any good phaser. You know, a little bit of EQ happening, a decent Marshall sounding preamp, and a plate reverb, and you're there. You know, at any budget, level.
Yeah.
You can get there.
And even if you want to break it down more simply, like you said, an MXR Phase 90.
Right.
It runs less than $100 these
Dude,
days.
it's like $70.
There you go. So very simple effects, and then as long as you get something that sounds Marshall, and there's a ton of these, even dare we say Amazon pedals and things that kind of do the Marshall thing. So if you're on a budget, that's the recipe. I don't know if I have
the mini one. Yeah, but there's so many of them.
Yeah. You know what? There probably is one hidden behind the if we uncover that. See the yellow pedal back there? That guy? I think
Golden Plexi.
The Golden Plexi is is one. I think they're like $50. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Easy.
Tone City. There you go.
So at any price point, you can get those inspiring tones, and
totally.
We just want to pay homage to Eddie, and also the raw primal male energy of David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. Look at this. That's just pure male energy. Look at that. That's what we all aspire to be. Leather pants and tummy hair.
Oh.
So guys, we're checking out a few new pedals we picked up this week. The first one we're going to check out is a collaboration between Earthquaker Devices and Death by Audio Effects. So this one's called the Time Shadows. And it was a limited release that Reverb was selling to promote their new movie. So there's a pedal movie coming out, which sounds kind of dope. But today we're going to take a look at one of the two pedals that was released in anticipation of this movie. One was this collaboration, the other one was Zvex and Chase Bliss, which is pretty cool because Joel Corte worked at Zvex to make the Fuzz Factory.
I believe so, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So he's returning to that. But today, we're going to check out this really cool looking reverb kind of mashup. So, real quick, we'll give you a clean tone. And we're playing a Squier Super Sonic today. Little Seymour Duncan pickup action here.
Super cool guitar.
So really fun, inexpensive, but great sounding guitar. So we're going to go for the Time Shadows. So this is the Earthquaker mode. I'm going to put everything at 12. This adds a sub-harmonic octave, a reverb, and some other goodness. So let me just give you a real quick sample. Gnarly kind of thing. I know it's like not super loud, but adds this weird gnarly texture right under it. So I'm going to kind of play with the knobs a little bit.
Yeah.
What they recommend to do on here, let's come in here real quick, is they say to take the span all the way out and the time knob all the way out like this, and then play with the filter. So we've got time, which is your delay. We've got your filter, which will change the filter, and the span is the intensity of the repeats. So this is the most intense, shortest time, and then we'll play with the filter. So here's what that sounds like. Bunch of like messed up gongs.
Yeah.
But now, as you change the filter, I'm just going to play a little bit. So we got like a clangy kind of metal sound.
Metallic, almost like steel drums or something.
Yeah, it does kind of have that like filter wah kind of thing going on. But then we're going to kind of we'll set it almost all the knobs to max, and we'll see what we get here. A nice swell. So cinematic.
Yeah, it's almost like a Hans Zimmer.
It's that sound, right?
All
right, so
cool. Let's switch over.
We're gonna switch over to the Death by Audio side. So this guy is more of a spring reverb, I think, or with a delay. It definitely has a vibe to it. If you were to kind of play some minor. Kind of like the intensity as it goes. Now, if I turn the spam, the intensity all the way up, you're going to hear it do that kind of repetition thing. And this is kind of one of my favorite. This guy, you can turn the span down a little bit and the filter kind of a little bit.
Man, I just want to say that is such a powerful filter,
right?
Yeah, it's like you said earlier, it's almost like a synth filter.
Yeah,
really cool.
It takes it. I know it's 3 knobs, but the pedal, if it has a filter knob like that affects that wide of a range, it gives you so many options to work with. It's like any other pedal that has a filter built into it, you know?
Right.
We'll give you a little taste of this. More vibey, shorter. So you could use this like a weird analog delay if you wanted to. So that's that's like, let's go real short real quick. I want to do like a slap back.
Yeah.
With a little bit of vibey on it. So you just wanted to kind of fuck up your signal.
Yeah, this is like the delay reverb from like the Bizarro world.
Yeah, it's like if you want a delay and like a weird harmonic octave thing going on, it's a really cool, unique pedal. Right. You know, it's not something you necessarily find.
Very dark. I like it.
The thing it opened us up, it's vibey, and like the thing it opened us up to is looking at Death by Audio effects more, because we've kind of been fans of it from afar, but I don't own any of them. I don't think
me neither. No, I don't.
So we definitely have to check out the reverb options, because if it's anything like this, it's really cool.
Really cool.
I think our consensus was I was expecting to like the Earthquaker side more, but I like the Death by Audio effects side
agree.
More. So we got one last pedal to show you. So that's kind of like 2-in-1. You get 2 circuits in there. But another one that I got, it took about 3.5 months to get here. But this guy is the MT2 preamp from Correct Sound Custom in Russia.
Very cool.
So the 3.5 months would explain, you know, the pandemic and you waiting. They're all handmade. But the cool thing about these it is a tube recreation of the MT amp by Sun. So this guy has a very squishy feel to it. Again, it's got real tubes, EL84 type tubes in there. It's got a bright gain and a normal gain, so you can get a little bit more out of the high end if you want a little bit more gain there. But it's got a wide volume boost, so if you want to go way higher with it, you can definitely crank it. I could imagine this coming out of like a huge stack, like just to like push a bunch of bass.
Yeah.
But right now we're going out of the 1x12, so you'll hear a little bit of it. I also love the character of the breakup. I've been using it for almost everything, and I've been playing all my other pedals into it like a preamp.
Right.
So let's give it a quick listen here.
Please.
I'm going to turn off the 1981. So we'll just give you the just this guy on the bridge pickup.
All right.
So. So
yeah, that sounds huge.
Massive, and hopefully we're not blowing out the levels over here, which we might be, but it's
close,
fine.
But I think it's good.
We're fine. It just sounds massive.
Model T Sun Amp in a box.
You can get some like it'll pick up more dynamics. So you can get a lot more of that dynamic breakup if you want to.
That sounds great.
And now the last thing we'll do, just before we run out of time, is I'm going to put an overdrive into it, and we're going to give you the full kind of experience, a little reverb.
1981.
Here we go. We'll play it out.